You know, at that time too, when lives were lost, there was a lot of emotions, so many calls, several calls were made. In fact, many saying that you ought to have resigned. You heard about all of this. Why didn't you resign?
Well, I think that the point at which we are now is not about resignation.
I mean, at that time.
Well, that time has gone.
Yeah, but why didn't you at the time? What was the reason?
That time has gone. Because I gave my reasons. And I think that, as you rightly pointed out, emotions were very high. A committee was set up by the National Assembly to look at the situation. I was in the eye of the storm. And so at that point in time when emotions ran riot and people were concerned, expectedly so, a lot of options were on the table. Okay? And if we are coming from the background of a failed attempt to do what we think was right, different from what had been the practice, coming from the background of the December 12th failed recruitment exercise by the former Controller General of Immigration, coming from the background of the claims of extortion of Nigerians by the service. And we went to say, let's enthrone some level of transparency. Let's inject some openness into the system. And then something happened along the line. And the result didn't meet our expectations, including my humble self. So the issue was then, do you resign or do you stay to sort out the problem that has arisen from the attempt to carry out this exercise? And I chose the option of staying and mopping up the mess that has been created by the lack of effective implementation of this exercise. Whether it has been sorted out, that is the story that we're on here now. Because the fact that the federal government had taken up the initiative, Mr. President himself has intervened to ensure that the right thing is done. That is the point at which we are now.
Okay, because people didn't understand the rationale behind charging them, because they felt, look, these are people who are looking for jobs. So if you're trying to prevent extortion,
my brother, I think we have a problem of perception here. They say charging. And because of the emotions that were involved, people have not come to terms with the fact that it is not charging. If you look at it from this point of view, where recruitments are carried out online, and you have to access application forms via a portal, the establishment of the portal, the maintenance of the portal is not free. Whether you are talking about the Nigerian Army, or you are talking about the Nigerian Air Force, or you are talking about the Nigerian Navy or the police, every MDA that has a portal requests for some payment of some sort to access the portal.
But should that be the case? Because
it shouldn't be. That is why I am saying now that Mr. President has directed that henceforth every MDA that wants to do recruitment online or by whatever nature must necessarily provide for it in the budget of the MDA. If the money is not there, then the exercise is not carried out. That is what it means. And so for now, before now, what had been the practice was that for various reasons, you heard recently when the NYSC established a practice or introduced the policy of corps members assessing their call-up letters through a portal. How much are they charging? 4,000 naira. For you to access your letter of call-up, you pay 4,000 naira to access the portal. So it is not as if the Ministry of Interior, and believe you me, I don't want to talk about it because it is a patently misunderstood practice. Various proposals were made to the Ministry of Interior by various companies, 2,500 naira, 1,500 naira, and believe you me, in our considered opinion, if a body comes up with 1,000 proposal for 1,000 naira, against the proposals for 1,500, against the proposal for 2,500, and against the existing practices by other agencies of 3,500 or 4,000 or 2,500 and the rest of them. And we say, look, we can't go that way. Let's go the way of 1,000 if the person can conduct the exercise. And now we have this problem on our hand. I don't think that the problem actually is on the issue of 1,000 naira charged by this, because of course, you know, various insinuations have been made. Either it is my wife that owns the company, even in the face of the existence of the Corporate Affairs Commission, where the records of who owns what is available. Or Abba Moro wanted to make money to go and contest election in his state. That is why he's charging Nigerians and the rest of them. And then if you look at it, there is this idea of pay me, that is the agency that is coordinating the decision, that is the bank through which these things were going to be assessed. All of them have their own charges. And then you talk about the private organization that was engaged by the Ministerial Tenders Board to conduct this exercise. And so right now, my brother, my major concern, because I am a human being, I also have children, I also have relations, I have friends. I didn't set out on that journey knowing that accidents will occur that will lead to the death of human beings. I thought that we were going to set a benchmark for the first time in the Nigerian situation, where somebody can access employment without having to know the minister, without having to know any strong man in government, without having to have godfathers. And that was the reason why in the exercise now, establishing 37 recruitment centers, we ensure that people chose where even to write, not even to go to the states where they come from, not even to inject that often abused practice of this is the state where I come from. If you are from Abuja and you chose to write the exam in Abuja, fine. And so in the process, what were we going to achieve here? If you were coming all the way to Abuja, as it was in the past, to submit your application from wherever you are coming, even within Abuja, to take taxes and the rest of them, you definitely spend more than 1,000 naira. That is not to even think about the hazard of possibility of accident. Of course, unfortunately, accidents have occurred. But otherwise, we took everything into proper perspective and said, look, if we establish this online approach, won't it save the people the cost of coming to Abuja? If you can't finish within the day, the cost of sleeping in Abuja, the cost of feeding yourself in Abuja and the rest of them. If we had succeeded, I am very, very sure that at least a few Nigerians will congratulate us for a job well done. But unfortunately, what we have now is that we didn't succeed. But definitely, we will learn from the mistakes that have been made and ensure that subsequently, if we have the opportunity of doing anything, definitely we may not change the perspective from which we are coming from, but certainly the approach towards achieving the result will change.